Hey guys, thank you so much and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. I apologize if you have headphones in. This was supposed to be a Reiki ASMR session, but I'm kind of on the fence of should I do more pulling and cord cutting or should I just do some card pulls? Okay, so I want to do ASMR as well. So I made a beautiful drink. This is a turmeric, cinnamon, carrot mixed juice with pineapple ginger juice and lemon and lime in there. And I do this for my digestive health and for my just soul energy. And I want to just kind of cleanse energy right now. So I'm going to burn some sacred sage. Energies today are really dark and heavy. If you're energetic sensitive, if you're an empath, if you're called to the spiritual evolvement and alignment path and you're on a spiritual awakening after awakening, or you're a god incarnate or a goddess incarnate, you're more sensitive to these emotions and to these, energies. You feel them, which is clairsentience. By the way, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a conduit of spirit. I'm a medicine woman coming from a long lineage of doulas, midwives. I am a walk-in soul. I am a claircognizant, a clairsentient, a clairvoyant, visionary. I'm going to go kind of behind my physical vessel because I kind of felt something lodge into me. I'm also a starseed incarnate, a goddess incarnate. Okay, I'm very spiritually awakened. I'm very spiritually adept and in tune. I don't necessarily need cards at all to read or rune stones. Spirit and my gods and goddesses will automatically tell me. Something really tried to lodge into me today, you guys, and I can feel this in my physical vessel and it hurts. So what I'm going to do is some beautiful selenite. Okay. And I may do some card pulls later. So this is going to act as a magnet. This is an organite. And it's going to pull out negative energy, and I'm going to cut it. So I didn't want to do this, but at the same time, I feel like I have to say this. I cannot hold back, you guys. Okay, I'm a goddess incarnate, angelic incarnate. We go through the hardest spiritual evolvements in life, the spiritual paths. I was attacked by my family, my blood, who are energy vampires, but I'm not. I'm the awakened one. I'm the black sheep, the scapegoat, the one that everything falls on my shoulders, basically. To where my sister is the golden child. Sorry, Leo! To the point where she's favored, so she takes advantage of her golden child. I don't want to say status, but I don't know what else to call it. And she's manipulated the landlord, who is unfortunately my mother, who's a reptilian energy, vampire energy. And they did lots of plots and plans on my life and my kids, to the point where I was in this room, right? And this is a room that everyone basically had in this house. And my daughters visited on Valentine's Day weekend. And my youngest daughter, my third child, was like, I have 4 children. She was like, that's sad. She saw the bin of her baby brother, Preston Roman Prince. And it just hit me today. Like, sometimes like things don't hit you right away. And it really is sad. She's right. That my own blood, my own landlord mother, because she don't act like a mother to me, obviously. She's very narcissistic and very numb to me. And she favors my sister's side, my sister's sons, who are spoiled and entitled like shits, okay? Like, you just have no idea. And they all plotted on me to get my kids out of the house to their fathers. I was condemned to my fucking car last year. To a stairwell. I was homeless. I was in a fucking shelter before all this. Because these people around me plotted on me. And I was sitting here and I felt their attacks. And I was doing everything in my fucking might to protect me and my babies. I did everything. And it'd be your own people. It'd be the people in your fucking immediate circle. Bro, I'm sorry, but it's just so sickening to really like have this settle in and be like, wow, Like, after my dad and my brother died, shit got really nasty to the point where my dad passed away in 2016. My brother passed away in 2021. And my mother, I didn't see her grieve my father. I saw her fucking admit to me, threaten me to take me off the will, then say, this woman put me through so much emotional turmoil and abuse. And she, like, minimized me, belittled me, critiqued me, criticized me. And then she set me up behind my back with various people to destiny swap me and my sisters and me and my nephew's fucking destiny. So she destiny swapped our birthrights to the point where she was manipulating people at my kids' school against me. My ex-mother-in-law, her and her would fucking plot against me. Her and my sister would come up against me and my nephews, and they would plot on me and my kids, to the point where at one point I was literally condemned to my car in a fucking plaza with, like, demons running around, and then I was attacked and targeted there. To where Bella's right. She was like, Mommy, that's sad. To where, like, when I had, and I was like, I was asking her, I was like, can I need to come back? Because I'm on a stairwell, they're burning my skin. And if you guys don't believe me, go look at the pictures on my community post. I just posted it on, I was getting burned. They were breaking into my car, breaking and entering, and they were literally burning the fuck out of my skin and burning my feet and just doing all these foul things. And she was like, no, you and the kids can't come. And then it was evil, it was wicked. To the point where I was forced to call my baby dads and to have an officer. I had no other choice and be like, okay, come and get the kids. And then come back here and see my babies, his toys, his clothes. It really is fucking sad and wicked. But you know what? I'm not sitting here feeling sorry for myself. The divine has been telling me all day in the past fucking, I don't know how long. Oh, she's under divine judgment. And so is your sister. And so is your ex-mother-in-law. And so is your twin flame's soon-to-be, divorced wife, his ex-wife, soon-to-be ex-wife. These people have plotted and came up against you. So are your nephews and their dad. Literally, these people wanted death. I had my nephews do death magic on me, along with my ex's wife at the time, his mother. Then they all conspired and had, like, me look bad at the kids' school, and they would lie. They would call DCF and make false reports because they were jealous of my beauty and my goddess abilities and my psychic powers and my gifts, to the point where they literally tried to ruin my fucking life. And they tried to take away everything that was mine. And they tried to constrict me and put me into the plaza and put me into my car and put me on the stairwell. And then threaten me and then belittle me and then try to tell me what the fuck to do and attack my kids, to attack my baby, poison my baby. Literally, he was in the hospital. I don't know how many times they poisoned him. He survived all their attacks. To the point where I had to march act my fucking nephew. I had to baker act my sister because they were attacking my kids and me and our things. Abusing our animals, giving the animals away. Just dropping them off to people in random neighborhoods, just in the neighborhood. Giving them to people in trailer park. Dropping my kid's dollhouse off. Literally, I'm sitting here thinking, like, wow. It be your own people. Because they were jealous. And they be jealous of my beauty. It's so fucked up. I'm gonna do a card pull, you guys. Not just my beauty, yes, but jealous of my fucking... They were jealous of me and my twin flame, my daughter's father. They manipulated him. They got him to marry a whole other for 8 years, and now they're divorcing. They're in the middle of a divorce. Look at this. This just fell out. So, this could be two meanings now, okay? To the point where your divine masculine's on his way back to you, or you're about to meet a soulmate, divine counterpart love, to the point where this person is going to be in his feelings and emotions and create an emotional bonding with you, to the point where he's going to love you right. His love is going to create comfort, maybe a soft life for you, maybe emotional non-manipulation, a healthy relationship, to the point where he's going to love you the right way. A lot of us divine feminines, we've been suffering. We suffered a lot, a great deal. Yes, I'm part of the 144s. I'm also part of the collective of twin flames. I am a divine feminine. I had dark karmic witches. These people I was just talking about call themselves Christian. Christians attack me and my kids for years, okay? I walked through this shit. This is not just by the book. The divine told me last night I was on a long walk, on a trek. I've been on the spiritual journey now for a long time. I was called and chosen. He was showing me visions like, this is confirmation too. I'm not surprised. I'm not going to be surprised if some more come out. He was showing me like how he's going to fucking turn the tables and these people are going to fucking get their karma that they intended for you. Their black magic. Some of them were doing puppets and voodoo dolls on you. The divine was sitting there watching it like, okay. That's what you're going to do to my divine feminine, my divine masculine? Okay. Just wait till I turn the tables on you. Wait till you have to pay the bill on what you intended for them. And it's going to be a big price that you're going to have to pay. It's not just going to be in money. It could be, and it will be. But it's going to be in your health. It's going to be in your fucking, I'm going to close your roads down in your career, in your relationships. I'm going to fucking create blockages the way you intended to create blockages for my divine feminine masculine. Oh yeah, now how are you going to like it? So now he's reversing the game. He's reversing the shit back onto them. He showed me last night. He showed me. And I was getting confirmation after confirmation. I went and trekked. I had to go buy groceries on foot. These people have binded me to the point where I was homeless on a stairwell. Getting burned on my skin. Getting fucking sexually battered. Getting tried. Getting burned on my feet. Walking miles and miles and miles to emergency rooms and hospitals. To the point where they were, oh my God. My own mother, my own fucking sister, my own nephews, my own ex-mother-in-law, and her about to be soon ex-daughter-in-law doing black magic on me and my nephews. Wow. And the divine was like, he was showing me everything, every plot, every plan, and I sat there and I was going to the spiritual store and I was buying miracle leaf. I was boiling herbs like angelica, rue herb, mullein, everything, trying to counteract their attacks. And I was like, come on, the divine, like, what are you doing? To the point where I literally, their black magic had me fucking in a god dang rescue mission with my 3 younger babies, because I have 4. And I was like, you know how you're just like, you sit there and you really like, something is wrong, something's not right. And he was showing me the conversations that these were having behind my back and what they were doing to us, me and my children, my baby. To the point where I was like, I had to walk through fucking hell. They created hell for me. They created blockages. They created purgatory. My fucking Nate Jacobs' nephew was motherfucking literally Hades. Called me back in energy, trying to get my energy. Being jealous of my baby. My baby was 1 at the time. Put a hammer on his onesie. Then put formaldehyde, bird poop, and dog poop in my son's stuff. And all this chemicals to make my son hyperventilate, turn pink, and not open his eyes. And I had to literally rush him to the ER. And then we went to a rescue mission because him and his brother and his mom. Yes. My own sister and her kids. And then my mother took up for them. And had her grandkids. My baby at the time was 1. My daughters were like 9 and 10. And they had already sent my first son away. Because she had given my sister, who had a black boyfriend, no offense, the same age as her son. She was like 41 and he was 18. And then when my twin flame got manipulated against me and spellcrafted, his witch wife at the time, she wasn't even his wife yet, she had put bindings and blood roots on him. She had fucking binded me. She had binded him to her. She had put sex magic, all type of magic on him. An intranquil spirit in his body. And sending attacks on the house to where these people were fighting me. And they were using magic on me, putting Baphomet on me, putting Satan on me. And I was like, something ain't right. To the point where I knew something wasn't right. But they had shut down my third eye. They had constricted my health. I was getting attacked in my physical vessel back then. To the point where I was getting sewed up. I had to have 2 surgeries. Bro, I went through so much hell from these motherfuckers. To the point where I eventually landed in my car and on a stairwell. And they wanted me fucking homeless. To the point where this woman and my mother, my nephews, all of them, my ex-mother-in-law, my sister, her ex-husband, my nephew's girlfriends, were doing fucking magic on me. Whether it was thought form magic, teleportation in their dreams to me, trying to fuck me up on my dream state, bind my dreams, shut my dreams down, mark my twin flame away from me, manipulate him away from me, mark him for them, like take him and take what was mine. Like, we were about to get married, we were engaged, we were gonna go to the courthouse and then renew our vows a year later on a cruise ship. And then his mother and all of them, all these dark karmics, they're not feminine nothing, dark karmic witches, whether they're druid witches, old world religion witches, Baphomet witches, Satan witches, Christian witches, yes, they exist, came up against me and my kids. And I'm a divine feminine. And I was getting attacked in every which way, and they were closing and creating problems, and obstacles on every avenue of my life, to the point where I was like, and I was having to get herbs. I was having to literally like shut down, go retreat in my room, take a bunch of baths. It was fucking hell for years, to the point where the divine showed me yesterday, and he was like, they're under divine judgment now. I was waiting for them to stop, but now look, the divine feminines and the divine masculines, you're about to come up. You're about to come into your soulmate relationship. You're about to manifest on that true love that you've been waiting on, that they fucking tore away from you with your divine masculine. Look, your cups are coming in, to the point where back then you were in energy of like fighting back, fighting against all the attacks, to the point where now you're gonna get everything that they destiny swapped, that they stole from you, they wrongfully took from you, that wasn't theirs to take. They weren't God, I'm the God, you know what I mean? And he's like, you're coming into your blessings, they're around your corner, in love, in your house. Look, there's a house behind them, money, partnerships, there's like people behind them, like backing them, they're having parties, relationships that were, they're gonna be in fucking regret. These people who did this shit against you, they're gonna be in their fucking feelings. Look at this. Everything that they intended, if they manipulated your partnership, if they tore someone against you and your heart ripped into a million different pieces and flew in the forest and you lost soul fragments of yourself. I'm about to cry, you guys. It's coming in. After years and years of suffering. Look, they're under judgment, bro. You're getting a second chance at love. And something that they took away from you is coming back. Whether it's another form, whether it's not your twin flame, a divine masculine, divine feminine, maybe it's a new partnership is coming. So keep strong, you guys. Look. Your knight is coming, or your person is coming. Their cups, love. You suffered so long without love because they fucked it up. Somebody was behind the scenes working on that relationship, trying to put stuff, plant seeds in their heads against you, or do these plots and ploys to be manipulative and snake energy and really try to tear your love away that was divinely meant for you from the divine. And you're getting this back this year. It's around the corner. Look, it's coming in. Love. And these people who are doing this shit to you, they're gonna fucking feel it. They're gonna be in their feelings and emotions. They're gonna be doubtful. You're gonna start fucking seeing them start, ooh, the divine's about to rain down on injustice for them. What they did to you, he's turning the tables on them, you guys. They're gonna lose every plot and plan and game that they fucking did and intended against you and your partner, or you and your life, or you and your kids, or whatever they caused you to lose. They're in their fucking feelings now. They're starting to feel the energy shift too. They feel it. They know what the fuck they did. Look at this, you guys. You are about to come in to your money, divine contracts, relationships being repaired, or new relationships coming in. Now this can be a tricky card, okay? To the point where, let's talk about the High Priestess. I was attacked by Ochun High Priestesses of Santeria. Okay. Some of you, this could have been Santeria magic. It could have been priestesses of voodoo, priestesses of hoodoo, or you could be the High Priestess. You could have these divine gifts. Okay, this is just multiple meanings here. This one, you're coming up in your power and your energy. You're getting your power back. And you see the sunflowers? I don't know if you know about sunflowers, but you always need to keep more than one sunflower. Even if someone gives you one, you should go out and get two. Because when the darkness comes and the light fades, the sunflowers turn to each other for that love, for that light, to turn to each other for that. And this is going to be your love life soon. And it's going to be your money. Coming into your own God light, your God power, your divine goddess and God birthright, your goddess light, your goddess power, your sovereignty is coming back to you, you guys. The divine is about to restore everything you lost because these motherfuckers stole it from you. Look, your blessings. I can't lie about this. These cards, it's a conduit. I'm a conduit. Okay? You about to get your money. For some of you, these motherfuckers came and they took what was wrongfully not theirs, okay? They took this. And they're feeling guilty as fuck. They're also feeling the wrath of the divine on them. They're feeling under judgment. Everything they made you feel, they're about to feel it. Times 10. The divine's turning it on them. And you about to come on your blessings, you guys. Don't give up. Don't give up. They're about to be in this energy. This is on the bottom of the deck. They're about to be tied what they fucking intended for you. They literally are about to... Okay, so some of them had voodoo puppets on you, or Santeria puppets, where they would throw them in the fucking graveyard and do death magic on you, or go to the graveyard and get graveyard dirt and fucking put your name in a jar. Or they'd fucking put, your hair in a voodoo doll and put needles and stick pins and needles in places they wanted to hurt your body, or they paid a practitioner to do this. And they would do a lot of shit behind your back. You guys didn't know about it. They would even plot and plan with covens or other groups of people who were wicked inside, who wanted to see you fall, who wanted to rip your blessings away. And these motherfuckers were wicked, you guys. And now the divine's like, I'm gonna put my hand on this. This is what you wanted to do to my divine feminine. I've been watching you do this to her. And I've been watching you do this to her man, to her divine masculine. I've been watching the kids, the baby, everyone suffering because you did this magic on my divine feminine, my divine masculine. No. And I gave you chance after chance, and they were warned many times, and they wanted to keep fucking doing the magic. They wanted to keep coming up against you. They wanted to keep talking shit, manipulating other people, masses against you, making you look like someone you weren't, putting their wickedness on your character, putting that around your aura, intending for you to fucking go to the hospital, emergency room visits, having migraines, back pain, shoulder pain, whatever. Trying to live a double life, bro. Trying to put their mask, their facade on you and hide what's wicked in them. Oh, but your fucking money is coming to where you're getting out of this, and your knight, your person is coming. Look, we got a lot of knights in this reading, and he's going to come fast. Fire, it's fast moving, it's transcendental, transcending, money, blessings. This person who's going to be with you, their pockets are going to be full, or they're going to be legit, and they're going to help you back up. They're not going to be prideful now the tables have turned. You're going to be prideful. You're going to be proud. They were proud also to try to have you in this heartbreak energy. They were proud. It was sick. They were sadists. They were disgusting. They were narcissists, narcopaths, sociopath, narcissists, masochists. They were disgusting. They wanted to see you hurt. They were feeding off of your pain and your heartache. It's sick. So where now, look, the divine's got them fucking trapped in their feelings, like trapped in the prison of their thoughts and their mental energy, to where they're going to be regretting a lot of what they did to you and your kids, or you and yours, or whoever it was, whatever the fuck they did and whatever they said, and how they kept playing in your face, behind your back, and doing you dirty and dogging you out. Look at this shit. I cannot. They're thinking on it a lot because it's weighing, the guilt and the shame is weighing on their psyche. See, look, it was hidden. It was done in the dark. They did fucking moon magic on you under the moonlight. Look at this. I can't make this up. And the divine saw this. He was waiting for them to stop. He gave them chance after chance after chance, time after time, sign after sign. He was like, okay, let me just shut this, you guys. He was like, okay, this person's gonna stop. This person's going to. No, this person will stop soon, yeah. But then he was like, okay, they're not stopping. Okay, so let me just give them a little taste of their medicine. It's not a little. Let me give them the full throttle. The divine put his hand on this, and he's like, oh, you're going to stop attacking my divine masculine. And he rushed it in, and he cut that sword. He sent Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. We're getting a lot of knights in this. And he put his sword, he cut away their tricks, their manipulations. They thieved off your energy. They thieved off your money. They were stealing your wealth. They traded their birthright for yours to the point destiny swapping. They're tricksters, these motherfuckers. And he's making these blessings for you coming fast. Ooh, they're coming in fast. You're going to be confident soon. You're going to be in charge of your life again. You're going to be standing on your 2 feet. You're going to be blessed with money, partnerships, love. Everything they took and they intended to steal from you, you're getting it back. And you're getting it back in several avenues in your life. You're going to have many choices in money, open roads in your endeavors. Many choices. And they're going to be in fucking regret and their feelings. Some of them is going to hit their health to where they're going to be bedridden. They're going to go to the hospital. Some of them is going to be death. I hate to say it. And they're going to look in the afterlife for those of them who really just kept fucking with you and taking your blessings that they weren't God. They were playing God. They were trying to take what was not for them. Or they were switching it off on other people and switching your blessings and your good fortune and your good health and your relationships and switching your destiny and your birthright for someone else's who was supposed to not have that. And not those people who were supposed to have injustices came up on your shit and were like, they were getting the money you were supposed to be rewarded with. They were doing good in their fucking physical health. They were doing good in their career. To the point where in the afterlife now, God is like, okay, for some of you, y'all won't stop. As long as you're on this earth, you're just going to be wicked. I'm going to put my hand on this and y'all ain't going to be breathing soon. Who did this shit? So some of it's going to be death for some people. And I get sunflowers a lot, Queen of Wands. For the divine feminines who went through the fire and walked through the trenches and were getting attacked and attacked and attacked by these dark karmic witches who were doing this against your life. You're about to come into your full throttle power energy. And you're about to be rewarded. And you're about to get reputable reputation and character recognition to the point where when they plotted on you and they put all this nasty negative energy on your name and on your character and on your aura, and it affected your physical vessel, whether you're having shoulder pain, neck pain, migraines, or whatever, if they try to come up against your root chakra and take away your security in life and your birthright to the point where it was affecting your digestive system, and you were like, some of you were getting constipated, some of you had to get sewn up, some of you literally had to, They provided tower moments. They blocked you. They shut down avenues of your life. They did magic on you, you know, behind the scenes to the point where now the divine's like, okay, now you did everything you did. Now we're going to blow your motherfucking life up. How would you wickedness people, you wicked-hearted people, like, for your money and your roads to get shut down, how would you guys like to get hurt in your health? How is it going to feel? He's putting all this shit back on them. He's turning it back on them. Because look, they betrayed you. They took, and they smiled and laughed about it to the point where they literally betrayed you, they hurt you, and they didn't have any remorse, and they did this shit purposely, and this was in their being. They wanted to do you dirty. And it's going to be death for a lot of them, you guys. This is the year that a lot of these wicked witches are going to, that's all I'm going to do now. He's putting a stop, because they're not stopping, so he's putting that shit in the ground, and all their hatred and all their wickedness is going to go in the ground with them and what they intended. Oh, they have a lot of heavy karma to face in the afterlife, the rest of this life, and in their next lives. It's not pretty. They just, their own karma up. Oh, it's bad. And this was confirmation, you guys. This was confirmation. I hope you guys like the reading. If you guys need a personal reading, I'm here. Email me. I'm going to put my email in the description box below. Cash at me. I am open to equal energy exchange donations. I'm just a conduit. I have psychic powers. I was born with this. It actually saved me in the plaza. I don't know if you guys have been following me. If you're new here, you don't know. But I was condemned to a plaza. I had people in my inner circle do lots of magic on me. I was getting attacked with secular witchcraft, to where it was some Santeras, some Poleros in different groups against me, as well as some pagan old world religion witches come for me, as well as Christian witches. Lots of Abrahamic witches came for me and mine, to the point where they made me lose everything at one point, and everyone. Yes, some of it was the divine's plan, because I was going through spiritual awakening, and he was alienating me, and he was teaching me. But a lot of it was plotted, planned, and dark magic from malefic, baneful, dark witches that were working with. They would try to lie and say they're Christian, or they would try to lie and say that they were, Druid, but they were really Baphomet witches, Satan witches. And I was like feeling this for years. And they did this to me from on and off from 2012 all the way up until the beginning of this year. And then it just kind of stopped. And then some of them tried to start again, and the divine put his hand on that. He was like, nah. You think you're going to attack my divine feminine for basically the rest of her life? Like, you already took everything from her with your magic. Now let me twist the pages, and let me put on you what you put on her and her kids, and what you put on her and her relationship, and let me see how it feels. Oh, you don't want to stop, even though, okay. And some of them are getting served with papers, like lawsuits, and they were still wishing you harm. They were still praying to him to make you lose out on your blessings. And they were doing this, and it was like spells, energy, everything is energy, a thought, a word. And they were coming up against you hard, to where he was like, oh, she was chosen for this. She's my spiritual warrior. She ain't just a survivor. She's a warrior spirit. She was a twin flame. She is a divine feminine. She, or he, you could be a godlight. You could be a divine god incarnate. So, not just a goddess incarnate. This could go for either, divine masculines or divine feminines. Or you could be a 144. You could be a starseed, a chosen one, a 7 others, bird phoenix incarnate, an angelic incarnate, a mermaid incarnate. To the point where he was like, you're not doing this to my girl, you're not doing this to them anymore. You made her to lose out on all of this, and you are going to keep going. And they would see you, and their magic was making, basically like kicking you when you were down, holding you in this state of, not inconvenience, but it was just like they had you like under their shoe, like, I got you where I wanted to get you. And they were plotting hard. And then they were still coming for you when you were like constricted to like the smallest amount, to where like the divine was like, you have been doing this to him or her for so long. You blocked her pathways in love and money and success, all these endeavors, her health. You made her lose out on her kids. You made her lose out on her job, her interviews. You blocked. My people, they are now acting like gold diggers, to the point where they're asking me for money, and they attacked me and my kids, and then made me lose even, and I didn't lose my kids through the state, you guys. I had to physically give them to their fathers, okay? I had 3 fiancés, okay? I'm 41. The first one I was with for 10 years. The second one I was with for almost 7, 8 years. The third one I was with for like 2 years, okay? Not even, to the point where it was lots of magic being thrown. I was surrounded by these dark karmic witches, and they were just, and I tried to disappear. I tried to leave. I tried to move to extended stay hotels for years to get away from them. I tried to do like everything, like Olympia baths, showers, going to a long time ago, like just, getting my own herbs, roots, and getting everything and boiling them, or taking baths with crystals, and white salt, pink Himalayan salt, Yagruma herb, angelica, root herb, mullein, blue sage, Quita Maldición, burning that. Those are curse breakers. I was making sachets. I was making dream bags, archangel bags. I was doing everything I could, sprays, tinctures, to the point where I was embodying their energy, and they were like fighting me. And I was on a stairwell. They put me on a stairwell, you guys, because I was not going to stay in the rescue mission anymore. There were a bunch of Archon, reptilian people who were also praying and feeding off my energy. They had my baby dads so against me, to the point where they were spelling my baby dads against me. And I hate to say that. Let's just call them my ex-fiancés. And then my third one, he ended up being a Shango child to the point where he had this Ochun high priestess on me, and he had her do magic on me. I'm gonna do some cord cutting, you guys. I was gonna end the video, but sometimes you sit back, you really, when the divine speaks to you, and he be telling me, I just saw a gray shadow go past the outside of my window and then go this way. And when shadow people, jinn, spiritual attachments, I talk about all this. Whew, it's heavy, you guys, but the divine's making it right. You know, when you really sit here and you sit back and you think back on everything and how every person had played a character, you know, their position in your story, and you're like, wow, that's you? That's what you intended for me and my babies? And they took advantage of me to the point where they knew the state of Florida was not helping me with housing. They knew I was sitting here trying to struggle be a single parent for years before I gave my kids to their dads. DCFA never took them. They didn't have no grounds, no legal grounds to take my kids. I never did drugs. I passed the piss tests, okay? I did everything I could to protect my kids. And these motherfuckers came up against us, threw my daughter's dollhouse away, threw my 7-day glass day candles away, ripped my archangel wings off my archangel statues, okay? Keyed my car, tried to follow me and find out what hotel I was staying in, follow me and my third fiance and my third baby dads, try to suck me back in, and then be nice for like, what, 3 weeks, a month, and then I go right back to abusing me and my kids, throwing their shit away. Planted money in under my kids' mattresses. You know, this is what my nephew did, Nate Jacobs, because he's like Nate Jacobs from Euphoria times 300. He's just wicked as fuck. So we're the landlord, and that's his dog. I have no control over. He poured bleach on my car. He keyed my mini fridge. He pushed it over, called me the B word. He punched holes in the doors. His mother and my mother partook in these fucking attacks and enabled this motherfucker, and his brother too. His little brother came up and lied under oath on me in front of the judge and got me confined to the hospital where their mother was supposed to be. And she ran from the Baker Act after she threw knives over my daughter's heads and then said, I'm gonna kill you, bitch, and charged at me. And her son had to catch him, and she's charging me with a knife, try to kill me. Okay, and then she would throw these big ass glass things and these lighters like this out my son's glass window in the master suite. I thought they were gonna go through the glass and lodge him in the head, and I was like, to the point where I was going through attack after attack after attack after, and this is my own sister, this is my own mother, this is my own nephew, my own blood. And then I had the Santeria witch from Juan Carlos to circle, and then I had, you know, do magic on me. And then I have my nephews, who, he's a Satan son, okay? My oldest nephew, my other nephew, he's a warlock, he's a male witch, and he was doing like old world religion, like magic on me, like to the point where they even did magic on my mother and turned my mother against me, okay? Even my twin flame, soon to be ex-wife that's divorcing him for fucking years, bro. I was not in that plaza for nothing. I was going through it, and I needed a friend. I just need someone to listen. I needed someone to listen to me and be a friend. And then I started getting attacked out there too. And then I started just acting like I was having no feelings. And then I was getting targeted by my ex, who was a son of Poseidon, and he started doing more magic on me. So I was getting secularly witchcrafted. It was a lot, you guys. And I was walking last night, and I was like, I was walking miles. And the divine started speaking to me after I started getting angry, because I was carrying, at first I had to go all the way to the Walmart Supercenter because I needed to get these juices. Because they don't have these at any Walmart except for the Castleberry one, okay? And I hate barcodes. I don't know why I'm like this. Pineapple ginger Knudsen, and then Anatolia carrot mix drink. And I have to carry these, and they're heavy in my pack, right? My, like, backpack. And then I had to get, like, a big-ass eggplant so I could eat some rice cups that, you know, because I don't like being in the kitchen that long. So, and I had to stop at another store and get eggs, and then another store and get, like, a mango, because, you know, I was preparing for this cold front to where, like, my mother and my sister tag teamed me with the car that my mother had given to me years ago. And my sister manipulated her, and then they came up with this wicked plan when I was in Champions Gate, Davenport. And they threatened me, going through my high school friend, and she delivered me the message, and I was pregnant, saying that they were going to report the car stolen, but my mother gave it to me. So then my sister started manipulating and controlling my mother because her sons were doing black magic on my mother, and then my ex's wife at the time was doing black magic on the whole household, and it was like, and I was like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of here, you know? And then the divine was giving me visions of like my nephew doing Baphomet magic, having pentagrams of blood with Satan, and then I saw this picture on my brother's Facebook. My brother passed, to where my nephew had a Lucifer shirt on, but he really intended it for it to be Satan. And then I found a Satan statue in the house, and I was like, okay, I'm fucking done. And then I researched the statue, and it looked like a wizard, and it's the thing that like drew in my nephew's father to come to that. It's just a really wicked story. It was like energy vampire djinn, you know, to the point where I was like drowning at the point, and I was like, okay, I cannot do this anymore. And I was trying to raise my baby and my kids and protect them, and then they're using this against me now. Oh well, if you would have went into the Matrix and paid me money, this wouldn't happen. Oh, so you're just going to attack a woman with kids in a vulnerable position and take advantage of her just because you weren't getting paid? That's how wicked you are? And this is your daughter and your granddaughters and your grandsons, really? The divine's going to handle that. The divine's going to handle you. He done saw what the fuck they were doing. He done saw the attacks. He let them do it for a while. He did. He was like, they're going to stop. They gotta stop. Then when he was like, damn, she got like 3 voodoo dolls on her by her, and her. They took away her divine masculine, who was supposed to love her and be her rock, her lover, her best friend, her protector, her provider. They put her in this constricted position. They shut her spiritual business down. They manipulated him against her to where now he's with a dark karmic, and she's controlling both of them with magic. And he was like, oh my, you know, and he sits there, and he sits up there, and he looks down, and he watches everybody. He sees the intentions. He was like, okay, they're not stopping. Let me turn these tables. So now, a lot of them are getting hit in their health. They're getting hit in their finances. They're getting hit with fucking lawsuits. They're getting fucking hit with all kinds of shit because they put destruction on you. And now the divine's like, let me put my hand on this. And for some of them, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be death this year. And I hate to say that, but they fucking wanted you to be basically in the ground. So now the divine's twisting this back to them. And he's like, okay, well, with all that wickedness in your heart and all that witchcraft you did on her, whether it was spreading lies, rumors, character assassination, I'm going to put all that wickedness that you had intended for her and him and her kids and their divine union, I'm going to put all that hatred and wickedness in the ground. You're going in the ground, and now you're going to face divine judgment. I see scales. I see Goddess Mayat. I see the divine. I see Sun God Ra. Ooh, it's not going to be pretty for them, you guys. They are going to face a lot in the afterlife and the rest of this life. I see like a hospital bed for people. I see coffins, funerals. Fuck. He about to get what they asked because they're still fucking wishing you harm. Even though some of them have puppets of you still. Some of them still do death magic on you, or they do, you know, dark magic, moon magic, whatever. Baneful magic, malefic magic. Some of them pay spellcasters. Some of them are really still... A lot of them are just talking shit. And a lot of them are still wishing you harm. And they're giving you the evil eye. And the divine's like, wow, you're calling yourself a child of me? I don't represent that. I'm not with that. Okay. You didn't stop. You still want to be wicked? And you want to be a hypocrite, and you want to act like, you know, you want to preach my word, and then you want to hate on them, and you wanted to create all of this havoc and all of this tumultuousness and this spiritual warfare for them, and now they've lost everything, and now you still wish them death and harm? Like, now you're going to get it. So he twisted that shit. So now what they intended for you, getting it back. Like I said, it's going to be ugly. It ain't going to be pretty. Ooh, he is showing me just a lot of stuff for people. Just the people who did this shit to you. And he's showing me, like I said, the hospital bed. I'm seeing health problems for them. I'm seeing funerals. I'm seeing car accidents. Wow. Then I'm seeing them go to the afterlife, and I'm seeing their souls getting weighed on the scale with their spirits, right, their souls, and then getting weighed on that scale against the feather. And it's like, they're, and then if they get reincarnated, they're going to be like kids in Malaysia, Samoans, like walking miles and miles and miles to school and just being poor and poverty. Ooh, they're getting it back. You guys, I should have never done it to you. What they wished on you is going to happen to them in the afterlife in their next lives. It ain't going to be pretty, okay? I'm going to, so mote it be, and so it is. I'm going to shut this session. I'm going to close down the session. If you guys need a personal reading, I'm going to leave this in the description box below, my email. Please make a donation, okay? As I am accepting equal energy exchange donations. But ooh, the enemies that came up against you and yours are about to get it back. Because a lot of you guys were getting this, like, attacked by them for years, and it'd be the people in your own circle too. And I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of you guys got attacked for your beauty and your light and your gifts. I know that a lot of you felt like something was wrong and you just couldn't put your finger on it, but now you know. I love you guys. Blessed be.